Hey, everybody, waiting for my posse to get here, my bricks, as they call themselves. I have three foundation stones, Carolyn, Linda, and Angie. And so they keep me company and occupied while I'm doing these. Um, I'm just going to do a little bit of listing tonight. I volunteered all day. Well, all day. I volunteer 4 hours twice a week sometimes. Like next week, I'll only volunteer for 4 hours just because I have so much going on this week. I'm going to want to recoup a little bit because we have I have a recital tomorrow night. Wow, really? Yeah, there's a recital tomorrow night. Wow. And then there is an open house, my grandson's graduation open house on Sunday. So I'm going to be quite busy, but I am going to do a live every day. I don't care if I just come here and sit and we talk about different things. Um, I am seeing that more people are being penalized on Poshmark for doing the relisting, delist, relist thing. And they're getting all frustrated about it. And from what I understand, that if you're really not doing that and you contact Poshmark, they don't, you know what I'm saying, they lift the ban. Um, I'm not sure what's going on with that. I find it, I know what they're trying to do, but in the end, it's gonna, I think, hurt them. And if people have a means to do something, they should be allowed to do it, you know? So I don't know. I don't know what Poshmark is thinking and, their kind of authoritative way of doing things. But um, I don't know. I think it's just going to hurt them more in the end because number one, they enacted a policy that they weren't totally prepared to enforce. In fact, like they over enforced it and they have offended a lot of people. Um, yeah. So I think kind of like if you're going to do something, do it well, do it right. Kind of like how they expect us to do it. So when I see people posting the ban, I feel bad. Now Flip does have a relist and relist, delist and relist, but I've never used it.
Tomorrow in
I
Lake
haven't
St.
had
Louis,
to.
there will be partly sunny weather
We're gonna have partly
with a
sunny
high of
weather.
80 degrees Fahrenheit and a low of 57 degrees.
I don't know why at 6:15 she always has to tell me the weather, but that's okay. Um, I've been using the share, and that's all I pretty much have used on there, and my sales have gone way up. And a lot of the stuff that I am selling is from the bottom of the bin, which I love because it's just getting rid of old stock for me. And I like that. And now when I go in January, when things really, really slow down and I start to go through my next set of bins to eliminate or to bundle or whatever, um, it's going to be a whole lot easier because a lot of that stuff's going to be already gone. So, and I have a bunch right now. I have a bundle of things that from the first 17 bins. And I was on District last night with Listit with K-Way. And I watched him do his wholesale lot of Ralph Lauren shirts. And I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to go through that and I'm going to list that as a wholesale lot, the stuff that I have that I just didn't sell. And it isn't that it's not good, it just didn't sell for me. And then I'm also going to list, I have so many ties and I have access to so many ties. So I think I'm going to list my ties as well. I was going through them. I've got like 3 Canales, a Robert Graham. I've got several Christian Dior's. Um, I have this one, what's it called? Power Juice. It really sold really, really well for me. I have one of those left. A couple Tom Fords. I'm trying to think what else was down there when I was going through them. A Brooks Brothers, a couple Zegnas. So I think what I'm going to do is going to break my ties into a couple lots and do a wholesale lot on Dibbed It with K-Ways listed, I guess. Does that make sense? So look for that. Oh, I don't know when. My weekend, from this moment on, I'm not going to have much rest. I'm going to be helping set up for this or that. And I'm going to go get the little princess a flower. My favorite flower is a carnation. So I think I'm going to go get her a carnation, just a single carnation with a little bow. And I'm going to have them cut the stem a little bit shorter because she's, you know, a little girl. And I'm going to have them, I'm going to give it to her for her, her dance, her first dance recital. So I don't know how long she'll be doing dance, but she's very good at it. And the song that they're doing, the one dance is, why can I never remember the name of the song? I think it's by the Condors. And it's like, do you love me now that I can dance? And there's a part of it that says, I can do the twist. I don't know how this 3-year-old learned how to put her little foot forward and do the twist. Is absolutely adorable. She just rocks it. So she can do that, and she does the mashed potato thing really good too. So that will be my tomorrow. Saturday, I'm hoping, now that I look outside, it's like yucky out. It's kind of raining. I don't know what the weather's going to be like. Oh, not too bad. Oh, hello. It's so funny because up until tomorrow, we've had just ucky weather. You know, it's been up and down, 70s. We had a few days that were 80s, and then we had rains and horrible storms, and a tornado went through. So now it's so funny here. It's like we'll have all that weather, and then all of a sudden it'll be summer. It's just summer now, and it looks like summer's tomorrow. And because it's going to be, let's see, high of 78, low of 57, high of 84, low 59, high of 84, low 60. So yeah, summer is finally here, even though it's not summer yet. Yeah, 87, 65. Yes, that's wonderful weather. Good garage sale weather. So I have to check my apps and check Craigslist, and I get on the people around here, excuse me, because they won't list their garage sales like until like they're having them or while they're having them. And I've already kind of made my plans, and I don't go on Facebook generally on Saturday to try and find garage sales. And people miss out. They need to do it ahead of time. And I know they're kind of like, they don't want to give out their address because of the people that show up early, and you know, but I just think you would get better attendance if you did. I don't know. Linda, I see you're out there. How'd your day go? How is everything? I'm just kind of hanging out with y'all. I'm telling you, I'm going to do a live every day, and I'm not going to miss one. Fingers crossed, but we'll start out a week. But I've got a lot of work on my desk. At volunteering today, they gave me a bunch of, well, they didn't give you, when they go to throw something out, they mark it down to like $1. And then you can purchase it if you want. And usually that item is either has a little stain on it, or like what I got was a whole bunch of coloring books and stickers for my grandkids. And so I was downstairs and I was tearing all those pages out for them. But I bought myself a couple shirts. We'll see. One was a Vineyard Vines, it was $7, and then one was a Ralph Lauren for $10. That's high for resale, but hopefully it'll fit me. I hope it fits me. But I got that downstairs. I picked up a couple other things to sell. So how are your sales doing? Mine have been, last weekend was amazing. Yesterday, nothing. Today I have 3 so far. Usually my sales do not pick up until like in the evening, but I'm kind of feeling the summer slow down finally. It's taken a while to get to me, but I don't sweat it because I know that eventually it's just going to pick up again once these kids start going back to school. And one thing too that I noticed, because right now the kids are coming out of school, especially the college kids, and they are all over the thrift stores. And so good for you. Yay. I think what I have 3 right now. Hopefully we'll get more sales tonight, right? I'm kind of surprised at the 3, but you know, I'll take it. I'm not going to complain. um, I've been reading this book and it's so sad. I'm really bad about names, but it's by a hospice nurse, and it's about her patients. And I'm like, crying all over the place. I can only read a chapter at a time. And I promised somebody the book, and I'm like, it's going to be a while. So usually I try to take a break, and I'm going to start walking, especially now that this weather is starting to really look nice. Like I said, it's summer now. And I got to get out and walk. You know, one of the things I said when I retired is I want to get out and I want to walk. And I just haven't done it. And I have something in my eye. I've been trying to ignore it, but it's bugging me. I think I got it. Yeah, so that's it. Not a lot going on. I like the weather though. Sunday is going to be amazing. That's really, really great, because where we're having the open house is at our clubhouse, and we have a lake, and the community has a lake, and so that's open for us as well as the outside to play like different things. So it'll be okay. You know what I like most about Fridays though? Is that I don't ship on Saturday and Sunday, and I can accept the, things coming in and get prepared, but then I don't have to worry about them until Sunday night, and then I can get them ready to go to the post office on Monday. But Monday starts my June of going to that little secret place that I have. So, oh, Ohio. I miss Ohio. You know what I miss most? So where I'm from is Warren, Ohio, which is outside of Cleveland. Where are you from again, Linda? I think I'm trying to remember. Are you around Columbus? I'm trying to remember. I'm really bad about stuff like that. But anyway, where I'm from is Warren. And they have a place to eat there called Sunrise Inn. Pizza. It's amazing. And there is nothing here. Nothing. Here, I call it communion cracker, thin crust. And then they put a little bit of sauce on. And then they have this horrible thing called Provel cheese. It's just awful. So, yep, I thought so outside of Columbus. I'm trying to think of some places that I ate up in Columbus, because we've been up there to a few games when we lived in Ohio. There's some sandwich place that's like really popular that my boys always go to when they come up there. They go to a game and then they'll go eat at this big sandwich place. I can't remember the name. But then we also have Uncle Nick's Greek fried chicken. I have never had such tender, amazing chicken, and it's got just like that hint of garlic. Oh, it's so good. So needless to say, when I go home, that's all I do is eat. I just eat a lot. And things have changed so much. There's a lot of little shops. My lawyer friend is now one of the judges, so I told her that I would come and sit in on one of her court days if I happen to go back and she has court. So much has changed. Warren is bad. At one point, it was like 60% unoccupied homes. It was bad. We got out before that, but we also lost our house we didn't lose the house in the bubble. We still have the house, but we will never, never get our money out of that house, ever. So we just rent it out and cross our fingers and just keep going forward, I guess. So trying to think of that sandwich place, but I don't. Of course, we go to Columbus for the games. That's why we're there. And I go through Columbus when I go back home. Usually it's just, we take 70 and pretty much it's like just all the way. A few little like diversions. Columbus is scary during like business, like what do I want to say, like 9 a.m. and 5 p.m. Oh my gosh, no, we always plan our trips so that we are either past Columbus or we are not entering Columbus until those hours are over. Indianapolis is nice. I've been actually there. I actually enjoyed the little like town square that they have. But I was thinking about going to Carmel, Indiana. How far away is Carmel, Indiana from you? It's like 4 hours from me. So it wouldn't be that far for you, I don't think. I heard there's some really good thrifting. Carmel is a very nice area up there. And I thought about just taking a trip and spending the night. Oh my gosh. Here too. Oh, the road construction here they're doing, it's so sad. So there's a dangerous curb, supposedly. And one guy complained and complained every time there was an accident. This is in the town that I used to work in. And he complained and he complained and he complained, and then lawmakers got involved, and then people, then aldermen, and then it went to the governor, and blah, 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 blah. They're doing this massive construction. I mean, it's miles and miles and miles. It goes from Wentzville all the way to Chesterfield, and they destroyed the land. I don't know, the meridians are gone, and you know, like that big grassy area that they have, like when you get on and off of like an overpass and that, they destroyed it all. And I had deer in my backyard. And the neighbor lady said in 30 years, she has never seen a deer over this far. And I just think that we probably have pushed them out. And that is so sad. It makes me sad, you know, just so that we can commute better, so we can drive better, so we're not having accidents. The curve isn't dangerous at all. I rode it all the time. It's just people don't know how to drive here. Rant of the day. I'm over. But yeah, the construction is ridiculous. And we have two highways. We have 64 and then we have 70. And pretty much that's the only way you can get around here. And there's construction on both. So you can't win. No matter where you're going to go this summer, it's going to be awful. When I go to the post office, I always look on the way coming back. And if I see a lot of traffic, I can go the back way to come back home. It's a little bit further, but it's better than dealing with all the traffic. But I am gearing up for them garage sales. There is actually one. It's Saturday. I thought I wrote the address down, but it's actually in my town, and there have not been any. And it's a very nice area, so I'm hoping that I can get to that. They're early here too. In Ohio, the garage sales, they usually start like 9, if I remember right, which I was cool with. When we moved here, people start the garage sales at 6 and 7 in the morning. No joke. Not like a few. Like that is the going time, and they're done by noon. Noon or 1, they're over. It took a lot to get used to, but it's kind of neat being up at that time in the morning going to garage sales. You know, just like the sun is barely coming up and you kind of get to the place just as the sun is coming up. And I've been to a couple that have been kind of creepy at 6 o'clock in the morning, and I'm like, yeah, I don't know if I'm going to get out of my car. Some like back road gravel. You're like, why am I here? 70. I don't know where 71 is. I might. Yeah, see, that's what when I lived back in Ohio, they started at 9. Here, I don't know, man. 6 o'clock, 7, and the late people start at 8. which it's okay because you can hit the 6s, the 7s, and the 8s and be done. I'm still jealous about my son's Herman Miller chairs. I keep looking for them. I'm not going to find them on Facebook Marketplace. I'm not going to find them cheap. And I'm looking for a kayak, and I've got it narrowed down to a Ascend or a Tamarack Pro. Talking to people and learning about kayaks because we have the lake and we can rent kayaks, and that's cool, but I kind of want my own. But we'll see what happens. We'll see if I'm able to do that. And I want to get, I saw at a garage sale at Cabela's life jacket, and I kind of want that. Okay. All right. So it goes north towards that town that begins with the M, that city, state. 71 goes towards Michigan. I had to fingerprint a lady who was from Michigan. She wasn't in trouble. She just had to have her prints done for court. And she was from Michigan, and her and I went back and forth the entire time about Michigan and Ohio State. Just a little bit of a fan. Cincinnati, man. I keep thinking I got to get back home, but it just doesn't happen. You know, like COVID just kind of took the sail right out of me going. And I love to drive. There's several places I like to stop on the way, but yeah, nope. I like to, when I'm around people, if they say they're from there, I'm like, oh, we can't talk. We can't be friends. It's not that serious, but when we get near that last game, man, yeah. Which I saw we're playing Youngstown State again this year, which I find so strange. I don't even see Youngstown State is around where I was from, and it just doesn't seem like the kind of college that should be playing Ohio State, but they are. Yeah, nope. No M's. My son actually had to go there a couple months to do some training for work, and we called him a traitor. We told him he couldn't come back home. But he did bring me back because that state has a large Arabic community, and he went to a couple of the bakeries and brought me back. Oh my gosh, it was so good. Some Turkish taffy and some baklava and Gaddafi and things like that I like to eat. It was very nice. Yeah, I need to get back into traveling. My daughter and I are actually looking at Italy next year. So we'll see what happens. Good for you. We can make money off of that. I don't know if I would ever pick up a Michigan hat or, I don't know. I mean, they would have to do something pretty, shoes are different. You know, athletic shoes that are like collegiate, those are, yeah, I think that's cool. But I don't know if I would, I don't know. I'm trying to think if actually, I do. I have a University of Oklahoma. I have a pair of flip-flops that I listed about a week ago. I got them for $2 at a church rummage sale. They were like, you know, of course they look so similar, the colors, to Ohio State. But I don't have much going on right now, and I'm okay with that. I ate dinner, got my tea, and then I said, I'm going to sit down and do this, especially before the sun goes down and it gets too dark and I have to turn the light on, and it never looks pretty with that light shining on you. I got my glasses here, though. I was going to ask the people where I volunteer if I can come in, because I get to come in early before the store is open. And I was going to ask her if I could do a live in the store, like looking through everything before the store opened. But I didn't get a chance to talk to her today, so I might, or I might not, and I might just do it, you know? what did they say? Who knows what they say? I don't know. I can't remember. Did you ever get to like 5 o'clock and your brain just stops? It's like, and done. And I was sitting here listing. I listed about 4 or 5 things. I found a Toad and Company skirt. And I know that what they changed their name, but it's still, I did some comps on it and I was very surprised. Used, pre-owned, going for $30–$35. It would be. You are right. I don't know. So it would be for them. And I talk about them often. Like if I talk to you about it, it doesn't matter. I used to think before I volunteered there that they had an online presence, because I was just like, it baffles me. I think about it all the time because I do accessories. So I handle the purses, and I am telling you, Dooney and Burke, Marc Jacobs, Coach. We get so many Coach bags in. It's just unbelievable. Is it called Tiganelli? I can't remember what else, but it's like the clothing does not match the purses. And I always thought when I shopped there that they had an online presence and they were like taking the really good stuff and they were, selling it online. And it's not true. They aren't. They do not. It's just what comes in. And I am serious. It just baffles me. We've got all these high-end purses. The shoes don't even match. And it's like we're getting Chicos. And I'm trying to think. I just looked through the clothes today. Chicos, A New Day. I can't remember all the brands, but nothing to match it. You know what? They have been here, and their prices are ridiculous, and their shipping is ridiculous too. It's really high. At least it was. I haven't looked at their stuff in a while. I talked to the the manager of a St. Vincent's that I go to here, and he told me that they are allowed to keep like a percentage of the nicer items in the store, but the majority of the high-end stuff they have to send in. But again, I still find amazing stuff there. And here, at least I haven't been there in a couple weeks, but all their clothing was $4. I believe even the children's, everything, jeans, coats, it didn't matter, dresses, everything was $4. And I found some really good deals. But man, you're not going to find Eileen Fisher, Eileen West. Barely are you ever going to see a Vineyard Vines anymore. Ralph Lauren you can find. And for $4, a nice, clean, decent Ralph Lauren shirt. That's good. That would work. I'm trying to think what else. I found Holland and Sherry shirt there. What else have I found there? I just listed some things from there. Got me looking through my list now. Can't see it because my thing is laying on top of it. They were marking things up like crazy. Like I stopped going to St. Vincent's because I have like a route that I go when I go on. I usually went on Tuesdays, and I started at Savers, and then I went and visited my grand dog, and then I would go to their Goodwill, and then I would go down and go to St. Vincent. And I actually stopped going to St. Vincent and the Goodwill. I would just go to Savers, visit my son, and come home. And then I heard about the $4 sale, and I went. Oh yeah, I picked up 5 or 6 Peter Millar Crown Sport shorts for $4. I got a coat. I'm trying to think. A FootJoy coat. I can't remember. And so I started going back a little bit more frequently. Like I said, though, it's been a couple weeks. I don't know how long that $4 thing is going to last. But I'll bet they're doing bank with that $4. But before, it was getting stupid, you know, just like everywhere else. And I'm like, I wonder if they realized nobody was buying it. And at that St. Vincent's, well, actually both of them here are, you had to really watch, you know, like a lot of times, like, you know, the buttons would be either broken or missing. The collar stains were really bad, or you would find a stain on it. They didn't check their clothes very well. That's the place that I volunteer at. They are so meticulous about the clothing, like a little stain and it doesn't go out. A handbag has to be like near mint for it to be put out. I enjoy that, you know, gloves or anything like that, you know, hats that have like the stain on. Nope, none of it. It doesn't even come close to hitting the floor. They put it in these great big Gaylords, and they send it to, I'm not totally sure on this. I know that they send it to a mission in Africa, but I can't imagine, I keep saying this, like how much clothes can somebody take or have? And I know with me just being there, like they empty, the Gaylords go every week. So I'm assuming that a lot of it might be ending up in the textile mountains somewhere, which is sad, you know. I remember one time that they put the Gaylords out early, and I was actually leaving, and I looked in my mirror, and there were like people like rummaging through the Gaylords, and I've never seen that like happen there with them. They usually don't put them out that early. They put them out when it's time for them to be picked up. So, oh yeah, ours does have a lot of furniture, but I don't ever, I don't usually look at their furniture too much. They have golf clubs. I look at that. My daughter got a Rubbermaid table, you know, the kind that folds. She got one of those for like $12 one time. What else? I like their hard goods area, like you know, where they have the like book bags and electronics. Like from ours, it's all in like one row, and I like that row a lot. And I like their linen towels. Whenever they have linen or cotton towels, I like to pick those up just for me. I do that. But the Savers, I won't be going back to there until fall, till after the garage sales start dying down. Their prices are, you saw the, I think I put a small video out. They had a Theory women's shorts for $49.99, I think. And then, I can't remember the brand. I want to say it was Judy Blue for $59.99. And then last week I went and I found, because I'm on a big kick, I love Polo Ralph Lauren jeans for me. And I found a pair and I got all excited, and they were $79.99. These are not new with tags. These are all pre-owned. I just couldn't believe it. And I have a friend that works there, and I said something to her, and she was like, sometimes she gets very defensive about it. But I told her, I said, that's ridiculous. And so 2 weeks later, I went back, and the shorts, the Theory shorts were still there. I didn't see the other ones, but. Oh, that's nice. Is it at a good price though? You know? It was ridiculous. Like I couldn't even, I think if I see it again, if I go, I'm going to take it up front to one of the girls I know that is up front and just be like, seriously. Like, I don't even have words for that. And I did want to buy the pants. I found a pair of Ralph Lauren jeans for me, and I absolutely love them. Do you think I can find another pair? I'll be on a manhunt for these for the longest time until I finally give up. And they're straight leg, but they kind of have a little bit, I don't know, I don't like skinny jeans, and I actually like boot cut, but they're like a straight, and I really like them. I'm gonna have to, I don't know. I keep looking online, and the next thing I want to get is a nice skirt. And then, I don't know. I always try to look for me too. And then I bring something home and I get rid of something or two things. I just went through my closet the other day and donated a ton of clothing, and I need to get rid of some shoes as well. Yeah, they do. Well, I showed the girl that I know, and she said that the woman who priced them, because I don't know how to tell who's who on their tickets, she said the woman that priced them is generally the woman who prices things really low. So I was kind of like, I don't know what I don't know. I don't, I try to understand the logic of things, but yeah. $59.99 for a pair. And they were nice. I think they were white or off-white Theory shorts, but yeah, not happening. Not doing it. But I'm excited about the weather. Guess I can get that off of there. I'm trying to think where we are. We're at the end of the month. I have to do my stats. I'm excited to do my stats because I really think that I have achieved my goal. I'm almost positive I did. I had such a great weekend. I just know I did. I'm excited. They need me to price their stuff. I had a hard time when I started volunteering learning how to price things for a thrift store and not for a reseller. And it's taking me a little bit of time, like the Coach bags, some of the more upper high-end things I have to price up, and I don't like doing that, but they sell them like crazy. And they just put out this fur coat. It was damaged a little bit, but I told them, I said, you know what? Young girls are into fur right now. It's a big deal. I said, put 25 bucks on it. Somebody's going to buy that coat. Oh, it was so pretty, but it had, some, I don't know, like it almost looked like some of the fur had been pulled out, and one of the pockets was ripped a little bit. I said, no, put that out there. So they did, and I think it'll sell. It's a stunning coat, but yeah, you never know. I like being there, and they know I'm a reseller, and I like that even more. And the people that I work around also know, and so it's like I don't have to hide anything, and but I can't. I mean, a lot of times I'll find some things on the floor, but their pricing is honestly, it's high for a reseller. Like I said, I picked up that Ralph Lauren shirt for me, and it was $10. In fact, wait, I have it. Hold on, let me get it. I'll show you. It's cute. I haven't tried it on yet though. And a Vineyard Vines. Guess what? This will probably be the last day I'll wear a flannel shirt for a while. So like I said, this is priced up. It's nice. It's really soft, but it's just a t-shirt. It's a Ralph Lauren. It's just cute. Got a little bit of the beadwork here. I don't know. I liked it. And we'll see. I gotta find fitted shirts. That's what I need for me. And then this is a Vineyard Vines, and I never find a large enough Vineyard Vines for me. And it's just very plain. It's shorter, not cropped, but it's shorter. There's the whale. So I'm gonna try that on too later, maybe tomorrow, and see how they fit. It is, the young people like fur. They like the fur accessories. Like the fur collar, like pieces, like the fox or whatever. They are really into it. So, yeah. It's the thing for them. But I'm anxious to go back. I won't probably go back till next Thursday because I just have things to do. But, oh my gosh, I miss out on so much. I actually got, trying to think of the name of the company that Thieves, whoever sells Thieves, they had toothpaste, and it was brand new, and it comped out at like 19 bucks, and it was $4. So I picked up a couple of those, and somebody keeps donating these beautiful French and Italian soaps that are like in boxes, brand new, and they charge like $2 for those. I always pick them up to sell. Bath and Body Works is always there. I'm trying to think what else. They had a cute brass owl, but yeah, I passed on the owl. So I don't know. That is about it. I don't have a lot to say today. Tomorrow, well, I'm going over my granddaughters just for a little bit in the day before the recital, because she wants to see me. She hasn't seen me in a while. She just saw me the other day. But it was funny because we went to her dance practice together. I went with her mom, and I guess, and I'm starting to realize now, she'll say, "Are we going home?" And we're like, "Yeah, you're going home." And I'm Nona, got to drop Nona off. And when I got out, she was mad and she wouldn't look at me. And I'm like, "Okay, girl." And I just left. And her mom texted me later. She thought I was going home with them. So we have to probably clarify from now on when she says that. I guess she thinks I'm going to their house too. So I'm going to go visit her tomorrow. Just spend a little bit of time with her before she goes. And hopefully she'll have a nap. And hopefully she'll perform in front of everybody. I don't know. I don't know. We'll see. But that is that, girl. I don't have much else to say. I was hoping Caroline would stop in too. We could have like this great group chat. I don't know where she's at. Like, how dare she leave our bricks out? I know I want to do a video of me processing clothes outside, but I don't have it. I have clothes to process. I just don't have a place to put them. I don't make new bins anymore. I have 120 plus 4 seasonal. And so I wait until they're like needing to be filled, and then I refill them. And I've done pretty good with that so far. But yeah, I gotta go visit her though. And I gotta go get a carnation. I'm trying to think, I don't even know where there is a florist. Oh, I know where I can go. I think, isn't it funny when you like, I don't ever buy flowers, and we have a grocery store here that I know usually sells flowers, but I don't remember seeing flowers in there. That's so strange. I can go to the one where I know they have flowers. Some get the little girl flower. No, we do not have a Kroger's. I love Kroger's. Kroger's is in a town about 25 minutes away, kind of southwest of us. And if I'm in that town, I always go to the Kroger store. They have some amazing deals, and they have good, their brand is really good. But no, it's called Dierbergs. They have the dumbest names when I moved here. Dierbergs and Schnucks. That's their grocery stores here. Dierbergs and Schnucks. Yeah, and they had another Kroger here and it shut down. So we just have one. And then I have a Fresh Time about maybe 15 minutes away. I like that store too. Well, I did like it. When they first came in, they were awesome. And they had tons of healthy choices and organic foods. And now they're kind of like a little convenience store, Yeah, you're not missing out on anything. I would love to have a Giant Eagle or Publix, but we got a Dierbergs. And their pricing is just crazy. If you can find something cheaper at Whole Foods than your store is crazy. But because it's one of my choices, and of course we have a Walmart, a Target, TJ Maxx. I have a Ross, but it's not even worth going into. I've tried to hit up their sales and it's just not been that good. So I don't go. I did find a couple bigger women's, I think they were size 24 and 26 Athleta shorts for $6. And I found them last winter, and so I had to hold off to put, and I've actually put them both on, like last week I think I put them up. They haven't sold yet, but they were more like the sweatpant material and more like elastic waist and comfy. So, Giant Eagle. See, I think I'm bougie. I don't know what I am, but eclectic. I don't know. But I fall in love with foods from different places, and I will do the craziest things. Like I will go back home and buy a case of something and bring it back home. But in Pennsylvania, around Newcastle, there's a pizza called Augustine's, and Giant Eagle used to carry it. It is the simplest, best pizza ever. And the original store, the owner passed away, or one of the owners passed away, and then they ended up closing it and going into just like the frozen. I would go and buy a case and bring it home all the time. But now you can't even buy it like that. I think they just do like fundraisers. Like that's it. So many things change, you know. Where was I the other day? I can't remember. I was driving around, and they were putting up a plaza, and it was just the same old things. And I'm like, I miss the holes in the wall. And there are tons of them here, definitely in the city. But it's so much when you go places now, there's nothing unique, you know. Jimmy John's and whatever, I'm trying to think, you know, Chick-fil-A and Chipotle, and I just kind of wish that like when I traveled I could find more holes in the wall, and they're there. It's just sometimes they're harder to find. They're in the corners back in the back. Maybe I'll find some holes in the wall in Italy. I don't know. I was surprised she sent me something. I was glad about that. So it meant that she's actually seriously considering it. I like that. I told her that, you know how like you ask yourself, like if I knew I was dying, what regret would I have? And it would be number one, that I've never met the sisters, that I have two sisters. Well, I have three, but one passed. And I've never met them yet. And I would like to meet them. And the other one is Italy. I really just want to go to Italy. So, and there's a store in the city called Miriam's Post. I want to go down there. They have furniture, lots of that. You do. You really do. There's like no, it's almost like you have to talk to somebody before you go to their town. Like on the way home, there's this place called, they make candles. Like the entire store, number one, the store is shaped like a candle. Like it looks like a candle from the outside, a big old candle. And they have every kind of candle that there is. And I love stopping there. And then in Ashland, Ohio, I think that's close to you, they have a gas station that has like, it's like a little mini store for Ohio State, and they have fudge and things like that. And we always like to stop. Oh, and right down the street is Grandpa's Cheese Barn. And they have like a whole huge, massive cheese barn. And then they have an ice cream spot. And then they have a candy store too. Where else? That just reminded me of a town, Smithsville, Ohio, around Worcester, I think. There is a bunch of like they're houses, but they're all like kind of around, and one house has like note paper and vintage doilies, and the other one has toys. And I always love to take my kids to that place. I think that's around Columbus somewhere. I'm pretty sure. I haven't been there. And I think it's called The Barn, the place to eat. Smithville, Ohio. Ooh. But it's fun. They have the shops. There they are, the shops. Is that around you at all? It's changed. It has changed. They have a kids play area now, but that barn had super good food. You'll have to look it up. I'm sure things have changed. Let's see. Watch, it'll be like really far. No, it's only like I went from Columbus to Smithville, so I don't know exactly where you're at. It isn't. It's about an hour and 36 minutes from Columbus. And you go up by Mansfield. I'm not sure where you're located, but that's where Smithville is. Oh, girl, you got me thinking about all these great places that I know. Oh, the Werther Knife Factory. Man. Here I am in Missouri. I don't know of any great places in Missouri, but I've been here long enough that I should. The city used to be fabulous. Just hanging out in the city. Yeah. But I don't travel in the city anymore. They've ruined it. They've just destroyed it down there. It's just not safe, and it's sad. You know, we can't just go and enjoy it. When I first moved here, the kids and I would go down and we'd eat, and then it'd be 11 o'clock. We'd be walking around downtown, not a problem. I mean, you'd walk into, some homeless person or something, but it wasn't a big deal. Now, you get up early, you get in there, and you get out. It's just crazy. The carjackings, it's sad. They need to get a grip on their city. They really do. So we don't go down there that much anymore. The furthest I go is that's not true. Sometimes I go down to Brentwood, so that's pretty close to the city. Oh, you should go. You should travel. You should go up, because that's not that far at all. Go to the barn and just walk around. It's so cool up there. Look it up online. I really, really liked it. And their hamburger, I think, was really good. My kids used to love going up there. If I remember right, they have some kind of big deal around ice cream. I can't remember what it is. Yeah, you know what I noticed? Wasn't might have been Columbus. The atmosphere changed at night. Like, you could hang around in the day and go to the malls and it was okay. But then after dark, it was like the atmosphere changed. It was just weird. So I'd go with my kids. But now, I'd go around here anytime. There's not, I don't know, this community is really, I don't know why. It's just, we have issues like anything else, but it's been really safe and secure. But I'm the type of person, there's a commercial or meme, and there's a guy laying in bed, and he hears somebody breaking in his house, and you see the robber like breaking in his house, and then it goes back to the guy laying in bed, and he pops open his eyes, and then the song, I've been waiting, oh, whatever, all my life for this. Sorry. Some people might not like that, but it isn't gated. It's, I mean, I even hate to say it, it's prestigious. It's a golf community. There's a lot of money here. I do not have that money. But there are houses here that I just look at and go, how, why, you know? And the sad thing is now with the economy and with so many people are aging, they're selling those homes, and they're having a hard time, you know, selling the million, $2 million, $3 million homes because the young kids don't have the money for it. And the older people are going to condos and townhouses and things like that. So, but it's the houses on the lake. Oh my gosh. I guess there's a house here Nelly owned. At one point, he had white sand brought in. I'm not sure. He did it for his sister. I don't know. I don't know the whole story. But he comes around like town a lot. Not here, but St. Louis. A lot of business executives, things like that. I always laugh because the women here, they, you know, the Pantene color of the year. And people kind of give me weird looks when I say this, like, but a lot of them will change their entire house to that color every year. And I laugh, and some of them will put the stuff right out like on the driveway, and if you just happen to be in the right place at the right time, you hit gold. But I just don't get it, and people will look at me so strange, like when I say that, like it's like normal. Like my walls are gray and they'll probably stay gray, and I'm not going to paint them every year just because of color, you know, or change my accessories. I don't know. So it's kind of funny here. But it's nice too. And people are friendly. I've never had a problem. I've never, you know, besides a road rage here or there, but because people can't drive. But, and there's just one road. It kind of goes in this big long circle. And then it kind of cuts over. There's two lakes. And I live off the big lake and my son lives off the little lake. And it kind of breaks off, and then it goes into this other big old circle over by the little lake. So yeah, it's interesting to say the least. It's a strange sometimes mentality. And I see that, like sometimes at the garage sales, it'll be funny. People will either treasure what they have, and it'll be, you know, like, you know, a really cool pen will be $99, or it'll be the totally craziest, you know, like this $120 pen will be $3. I mean, it's just like one way or the other. And I'm thankful for it, you know. I'm thankful for the people. I had one woman, I haven't talked to her in a long time, but at where I worked, we had a donation box for women's shelter. And she would give me stuff all the time for it. And I did put it in there. I didn't sell it. But I mean, she just gave me boxes and boxes of stuff. And she's like, I'm redoing my kitchen and here, and I'm redoing this. And, you know, I would go pick up the boxes and take them to work and put them in the box there for the shelter. But I haven't talked to her in quite a while. I think, yeah. So it's just a nice area. I like living here. I don't know if I'll stay here forever. Number one, because of townhouse, I really loved downsizing. I had a big home in the town where Kroger's is at, and I downsized here, and I really thought it would be okay until I really got into reselling, and my entire bottom part of my townhouse is now just my business area. And I live on the top part. So It's okay, but I would like to probably have a ranch and a basement. But I don't know if I want it. It gets really wet here too, so I don't know if I wanted to deal with all that or not. But we'll see. We will see where I end up in a few years. If it was up to me, I'd buy a mansion and all my kids could live with me, but they think I'm weird, so they don't want to live with me. They're like, Mom. How do we get off track? Is that me? Do I take us off track all the time? I'm just like looking at my desk at all this stuff I have to do. I have HOA stuff I have to take care of too. Get everything caught up. I started a new spreadsheet for that, so I got to get going on that. I had my weekend. Actually, let me write down the flower things so I don't forget. And I think I said that I would be there at 5:30, 17:30. It's gone so fast. Now I won't forget. Well, Linda, I think I'm going to go for tonight. I didn't do well at staying on topic of anything for business, but I like talking. I like chit-chatting with everybody, making connections. And it doesn't always have to be about reselling. You know, we can talk about life because that's really part of it too. Part of the reason why some of us resell, you know. Number one, I think it's money. And then number two, I think we like doing it. And number three, money. I like the thrill of the find too. I love finding fantastic things. Ooh, you know what I'll do tomorrow? Because it'll be a short live, I'll show you guys that chess piece, those chess pieces that I found. And that's what I will do. All right, girl, I will talk to you later. And you guys have a good night and bye.